Now you know what time it is again. Of course. It's time for another movie review. And today I'll be reviewing the movie, a discovery I found that came out in 1988 called Earth Girls Are Easy. It's not what you think. It's not sexually explicit at all. It's actually romantic, lighthearted fantasy comedy that stars Gina Davis, Damon Wayans, Jim Carrey, and Jeff Goldblum. A lot of big four major stars. This movie is about a young woman who's on the cusp of getting married, played by Gina Davis, and she finds that her husband is getting ready to cheat on her in her own home she has with him. And she sees him, she's all decorative, she's a nail technician, she gets herself glamorized, sexified, wears a sexy lingerie with the garter belt, which I always think garter belts are really sexy on women. It's in general lingerie. And she even dyes her hair blonde because her hair is dark brown. And she finds him and basically throws him out, destroys all his stuff that's in their home, pretty much most of their home, some of their home, but stuff that's associated with him that he likes, and all while singing. So this has like musical numbers in it and everything. Um, it's very campy. It's very kind of fluffy and corny, but it works because it's such a lighthearted, campy, comedy fantasy film. So, anyways, while one day while she's luxuriating by the pool because it's hot, which, oh my God, the pool just looks so refreshing during this pandemic. A bunch of aliens are passing by in their solar system, just looking for random people, random species, and they have this very large microscope that zooms down on Earth and sees Gina Davis' character luxuriating and relaxing by the pool. And they decide to accidentally give her a visit and crash in her pool. And of course, she's like, "Oh my God!" She just reacts like anybody react, like, "What the hell is going on? What is this ship, truck, car, bulldozer, big rig in my pool?" And she discovered it's aliens, and the aliens are played by Jeff Goldblum, Jim Carrey, and Damon Wayans. These are in their younger years when they're first were starting out in films. Later on, maybe like a year or two later. I think I don't know if The Fly came out in 1986 or 87 or whatever. But as we know, Jeff Goldblum and Gina Davis were in that film together. They have great chemistry in that movie. And they have great chemistry in this film too. And so she finds out, she goes to the spaceship, sees these male aliens, and they're imitating everything she does because they're making discoveries. Like, oh, she's like, hi. They're like, hi. And she's like, oh my God, what is this going on? And they're like, oh my God, what is this going on? So they're imitating everything she does, making discoveries, and she's making discoveries about them. So Damon Wayans, they're aliens, and they have all kind of fur on. And Damon Wayans is a yellow. They kind of look like a mixture of a Furby, lion, and like a Teletubby. And David Wayans is all yellow fur, Jim Carrey's red fur, and Jeff Goldblum is blue fur. So she befriends them. They're looking around her house, making discoveries like they've never been to Earth before. So they're just acting like what aliens would actually act like, alien-esque. And so she feeds them and everything. She's like, "Well, I'm gonna give you makeup," because she's a nail technician. So she brings them to the salon she works and introduces them to her friend. Her friend's like freaked out, like most people would be freaked out when they see a different species from a different planet. And she decides to wax them of all the fur to see what they look like, to discover that they look like humans, like everybody else, under all that fur, even though they're from a different planet. And one is black and two are white, and one of them is actually cute, and one is sexy, and one is very talented at dancing. And so they basically are aliens who look like aliens when they have fur on, but underneath they look like real humans and possess human characteristics. Gina Davis, she ends up liking and slightly in love with Jeff Bloom's character because he's very personable, attentive, explorative, curious, and he's striking to her. She's striking to him, and he has this tingly sensation in his fingers. When he touches her, she illuminates to another realm of consciousness. So they actually show this during the lovemaking scene. I find this film really it was fun to watch. It was very like I said, it's very lighthearted and it's fantasy, but I really enjoy seeing this movie I've never seen before with all these huge stars at the beginning of their career. Like this is before Jim Carrey, Damon Wayans, part of the Wayans family, before A Living Color, before they became these big stars. And Gina Davis too as well, and Jeff Goldblum before Jurassic Park, before any of those big projects they're known for. This is before their stardom, so it's really refreshing to see this movie. It moved along really well. It had some very corny, very campy musical numbers, but it worked for the film because that was the atmosphere for the film. So I enjoyed it. I give this film a C plus. Now I will be uploading a movie review, one movie review at least once a week, and as we know, we still can't go to movie theater. I heard AMC is opening up movie theaters on August 20th, 2020, in lieu of celebration of their 100th year anniversary. Their first movie theater came out in 1920. Woo! So we had to have certain arrangements due to the pandemic, which I can't stand. But also too, as well, I heard that Disney's going to go ahead and start releasing films on Disney, which is Mulan, September 4th, 2020. I hate that. I really wanted to see any film. It was tracking $130 million before the pandemic as it was getting ready to open. So, but that's okay. I will be watching it and probably reviewing it. And then also Antebellum with Janelle Monáe will be coming out September 18th, 2020 on streaming. So we'll be streaming that and watching that and probably talking about it because it looks great. So supposedly based on one of my favorite book in the world I've ever read, Kindred. So I look forward to that.